Welcome to Spirited Investigations and welcome to the legends from Rocky, Colorado. This list of 10 is part of a playlist of gentle listening spooky collections from across the USA. The screen fades to black so you can enjoy the stories without distractions. Please do consider a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. The first story on our list is from the early 1990s when Steve Lee and his family moved into a log cabin in the Black Forest region of northern Colorado. Soon after purchasing the home, they began experiencing unexplained phenomena, lights turning on and off, strange odours and eerie noises. Motion detectors and cameras captured orbs, beams of light and ghostly figures. The television show Sightings documented these events, with aircrew experiencing equipment malfunctions and even an attempted possession. A medium concluded that multiple spirits inhabited the house and there was a rift in space-time on the property. At number 2 is a very famous hotel, which you may know about. The Stanley Hotel is located at 333 Wonderview Avenue in Estes Park. It's renowned for inspiring Stephen King's novel The Shining. Guests and staff have reported paranormal activity, including ghostly children laughing in hallways and items moving on their own. The hotel has its own paranormal investigator, Lisa Neihart, who leads monthly ghost hunts. Those are more in-depth and more focused on the paranormal than the regular 90-minute guided tours. She refers to the hotel as Disneyland for Ghosts. The Stanley was built in 1909 and sports 420 rooms. The hotel's haunted reputation has made it a popular destination for thrill seekers and fans of the supernatural. A main area for happenings is the concert hall, where Paul, one of the well-known ghosts haunting the Stanley, was an odd jobs man and a jack of all trades around the hotel. One of his duties was to enforce an 11 p.m. curfew at the hotel, which could be why guests and workers hear "Get out" late at night. The area is also a favourite spot for hotel founder Flora Stanley's ghost to play the piano. The fourth floor is another area of intrigue, with some saying there should be a badge of bravery for staying in any room on that floor. Room 428 has reports of hearing footsteps and furniture movements from above the room. Naturally, the thought is of the room above being to blame, but that's actually physically impossible given the slope of the roof. Perhaps the real haunting in this room, though, is a friendly cowboy who appears at the corner of the bed. Guests in room 401 say they experience children laughing and sounds of them playing, plus there's a famous closet that will open and shut on its own in that room. At number 3 we have the Third Bridge, located near Bennett. It's the site of a tragic 1864 battle between the US cavalry and Native Americans. Visitors have reported hearing drums, war cries and seeing apparitions. The bridge has become a hotspot for paranormal researchers seeking a glimpse into Colorado's haunted past. The bridge itself is a concrete and metal structure with a 15-foot drop off the sides to the creek bed below. At night, the area becomes pitch black with just a hint of lights off in the distance. The later it gets, the quieter it gets, creating a calm that's ideal for listening out for the sound of Indian drums. Though the bridge isn't the original one, it's a replacement from the 1970s, and while originally the stories and legends revolved around the Native American massacre, the newer bridge has brought along another haunting, when, in 1997, a group of reckless teens crashed their car on the bridge. The car was doing 70 mph in a 25 mph zone. The driver lost control and several of them lost their lives when the Toyota Corolla skidded 80 feet and crashed through barriers. A young woman is seen in the middle of the bridge, perhaps one of those who lost their lives. Nowadays, and because of that horrific crash, 12 feet of elevation has been removed on the bridge approach. Number 4 takes us to Riverdale Road in Thornton, close to the banks of the South Platte River. It's infamous for numerous ghost stories. Legends speak of a phantom jogger who taps on car windows, a ghostly woman in white, and even a supposed gates of hell where satanic rituals were performed. Drivers have reported mysterious figures and sounds along this eerie stretch of road. The location is where there are the burned ruins of a once impressive mansion, an allegedly haunted burned tree trunk, and a terrifying dark and musty room hidden underground. Lots of attractions in the area, if they can be called attractions. The mansion used to be owned by a man who went crazy, they say. He set the place on fire with his wife and children sleeping inside and then ran away, never to be caught. Muffled screams are heard within the mansion's decaying walled footprint. The lady in white who haunts the area could, it's thought, be the wife he burned alive that night. The mansion sat on land holding tales of slaves being burned and hung from a tree at the back of the property. That tree is now a burned out husk, where people report odd paranormal experiences. The underground room is where people say the crazed mansion owner used to perform black magic rituals. It used to be a chicken coop, until he decided to use it for darker purposes. For number 5 is the account of the Ridge Home Asylum in Arvada near Denver, which operated from 1912 to 1991. It housed individuals with developmental disabilities, but also, according to an administrator, a lot of the people there were very much mentally competent. Their families had simply abandoned them. Reports of mistreatment and abuse were rife and led to tales of restless spirits haunting the abandoned facility when it closed, and before it was knocked down. Before that time, locals claimed to hear screams and see shadowy figures. It does raise the question of when a place is torn down, do the spirits disappear with the bricks? Where exactly does spirit energy remain, and where would it dissipate to? People say the energy is within the fabric of the surroundings, or they call it stone tape theory, but is it the land? Is it a few moments in time caught, or within material objects on the land? Your thoughts would be very welcome in the comments section. At number 6 is a whole town, which relates to the questions I just asked. The town is called Buckskin Joe, named after a man called Joseph Higginbottom, who was known to regularly wear buckskin clothing. First located in Park County, the town has been physically moved twice, most recently by a Florida billionaire in 2011, though the cemetery remains in its original position. The town used to be called Lorette and was established by prospectors in 1859 as a mining camp, but due to disinterest in the local area by those first settlers, started to be run by Buckskin Joe. By 1860, mind you, the town grew quickly to 2,000 people when gold was discovered nearby. By the late 1860s, it began to dwindle again and was practically wiped out by an outbreak of smallpox soon afterward. Visitors to the town have reported sightings of ghostly figures and they've heard unexplained noises, even though it's no longer located where it was first built. Number 7 on our list is a story about mysterious orbs of blue light. Established in the 1880s, the Silver Cliff Cemetery is known for strange blue lights that float among the tombstones at night. These lights have been reported since the 19th century, right back to the beginnings of the cemetery, and were even featured in National Geographic in 1969. The phenomenon remains unexplained, adding to the cemetery's mystique. For number 8, we have a possible alien abduction event of a horse. In 1967, a 3-year-old Appaloosa horse named Snippy was found dead near Alamosa in the Denver area, with its flesh stripped and its bones exposed. The lack of blood and precise cuts began to lead to theories of alien involvement. Added to such thoughts that roughly 100 yards away, they discovered a shrub which was squashed nearly flat and a series of 6 small round indentations in the ground arranged in a circle. While investigations suggested natural causes, the incident remains one of Colorado's most bizarre mysteries. This odd tale also formed the impetus for investigative researcher Linda Moulton Howe's seminal work, An Alien Harvest. At number 9 are the Tommyknockers, small gnome-like creatures from Cornish folklore, who are said to also inhabit Colorado's mines. Miners believed these spirits would knock to warn of cave-ins or lead them to rich veins of ore. While some saw them as protectors, others viewed them as mischievous beings best left undisturbed. And at number 10, just west of Colorado Springs, sits the historic Avenue Hotel Bed and Breakfast. Originally built in 1886 as a boarding house, this pleasant and attractive looking inn is home to several spirits. Most reports are of children, though there's apparently a coachman that used to visit during the Gold Rush era. The current owner has reported several strange happenings over the years, including disembodied laughter, phantom footsteps running down the hallway, inexplicable light anomalies, and lights being switched on and off by unseen hands. Paranormal investigators who have conducted investigations here have caught EVPs and strange images on photographs. Well, that wraps up our journey through Colorado's creepy chronicles. From haunted hotels to mysterious lights, the Centennial State is rich with tales that blur the line between myth and reality. Thanks for joining me on this spooky adventure, and I hope you'll join me for the next one.